Welcome everybody. Welcome to game 18, Titan Evo versus Yes. And we in the commentator seat here we got Justin from Titan. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, thanks. And yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing good. We're doing good. Just had GGOD versus SK. It was an interesting game. SK ended up winning it, but it was close. It could have gone. It could have gone either way. Came down to gunfights.
I unfortunately wasn't able to watch it, but for sure I will go and check out the other games when the time, because I actually would love to see how the other teams play as well and get experience their type of play style.
So we're going to have a Nomad, Thatcher, Vigil, Mirror bans. Thatcher, pretty standard. Mirror, also pretty standard, especially on this map. Especially when you're going into, I think it's Aviator. The Vigil, possibly a target ban? Question mark.
It could be possibly, because we don't really see a lot of bans coming out from the Vigil. Vigil is a very good defender to roam and, stop the attackers from droning the areas. Maybe, yes, have a specific strat around banning the Vigil, but it could also just be a target ban to one of the players if their stats say that they have the most time played on Vigil.
Oh, that's definitely true. Cool stuff. We're going to see Aviator Games, which I think is a standard pick on Villa. Pretty standard starting defense. Pretty strong one.
Yeah, I think it's the basic site. So a lot of teams sometimes decide to go to Trophy Stature as their primary site, but generally most of the teams take Aviator Games as their primary site and then move from there.
Yeah, I can definitely see why. It's a strong site to defend.
It really is. Very interesting hold coming out from Evo's side. I think it looks like they're holding more study side, and it looks as well mainstay side, with the smoke putting the shield there as well. I'd love to see how Yes decide to approach this attack, if they'll take master bedroom side or if they go for a study push and get straight into. It might look like it is going to be a study push. All the attackers did spawn the sides of ruins. Very standard lineup coming out here from Yes's side. Got the Thermite, Sledge, and then the three fragging ops, as everyone calls them, the Ash, IQ, and Sophia. Very good operators to have on the roster.
I think they're reliable. They perform a function, and that's all you really need.
Yeah, they have a very good utility. It obviously makes it a lot easier for the attackers to push somewhere, especially with when Evo is busy playing double shield. And as I say that, Kaiko getting the first pick onto the Sophia, which her utility will be gone and won't be able to be used on those shields. Like I was saying, that those two operators are very good to use the Ash charges or Sophia charges to get rid of those shields and push the defenders out from the spots that they're playing.
Looks like it's going to be a slow but progressive push towards mainstays.
Yeah, Yes is taking their time, droning out the defenders, making sure that the area is clear so that they can push in and take the sites. The bandit will get spotted out in that drone, and now the attackers do know that he's down below, but will they be able to pick off that bandit and get the kill? But Ash does get spotted out, does a lot of damage. Bandit able to get the frag onto the Ash. Now 5v3 situation in favor of Evo, and Yes, not looking so good at the moment, but hopefully they can try and maybe bring it back and even it out. As I said, well done from, I think it was JMN and the IQ to get 2 picks and even out the score, or even up the player count. 3v3 situation with 30 seconds left on the clock. Looks like Yes will be going for a red stairs push, which is I think the better option to do at the moment when the defenders are playing hard in that 90 corridor.
15 seconds to go.
Valkyrie pushing up very aggressively, does down one, but now it's a 3v1 situation. Thermite just jumps into 90 window and does get the kill onto the Valkyrie, but isn't able to pick him off and gets picked off by the smoke. Well played to Evo to bring that out, but good chance or good try from Yes to try and bring it back and clutch it out, but yeah.
It was a very interesting round. Yes, weren't moving slowly, but they were, taking it. They were kind of being careful, and Titan were just getting a lot of nice picks off. And in the end, there, I didn't see who it was, but they were able to get 2 easy picks off the side of Yes. Just couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, I think Yes was playing it a bit more passively and taking their time. They knew what they had to do, but they just struggled to execute it. Playing against I think an aggressive team as Evo.
On defense.
Like playing very aggressive at the moment. It looks like they need to change the way they're playing if they want to counter their playstyle and try and even it out.
And that's what these games come down to, is adapting to the other team's tactics.
It's all about adapting to the playstyle and adapting to the strats in hand of the opposite team. If they decide to take that area or hold that area really strong, then you have to adapt and try and change your push to benefit you.
No, definitely, for sure. See, we're gonna have a statuary, I believe. Yeah, statuary defense this time, which is always an interesting sight. A lot happens, and not a lot predictable things happen when you're on this side, because there's so many ways to attack it. You can come up, I think it's observatory stairs, or whatever this office is.
Astronomy stairs.
Astronomy, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, observatory makes sense. Astronomy, you can come through master bedroom, or you can come from red stairs.
Yeah, study side or red stairs.
Study side. And the thing is, there's such wide angles that it's very difficult to actually to hold them.
Yeah. This is a very interesting and it's a very good strat coming out from Evo's side. Not reinforcing all 3 walls of statue and actually deciding to play in master side and in the closet area, but to obviously delay the attackers and get them to waste the utility to push them out of those areas and just delay them and try and waste as much time as possible. The smoke playing very aggressively does get the pick onto the Capitao. Very well played. And, aggression looks like it's working for Evo at the moment.
I think if you try and put yourself in the shoes of the attackers, they're going to be playing carefully. They're going to play slowly and methodically. But then on the defenders, they've already set up their defense. They don't have anything to work out except just to hold their angle, so they can be aggressive.
Yes,
they can get away with it. Definitely shows.
Sometimes the teams can capitalize on the defenders playing very aggressive on their aggression. Punish them for playing overly aggressive. But it just looks like at the moment the aggression is working in the favor of Evo's side. But we'll have to see if Yes can capitalize on it and maybe bring something back of this round. It is a 4v5 situation, but I'm sure that they can maybe try and bring it back and maybe win out the round.
Yeah, Yes have shown that they've got some very, very good fraggers on their team, so 4v5 doesn't really matter. It's when it starts to go 3v5 that you're like, okay, maybe this is not as recoverable as we like.
Yeah, but another pick from the smoke, once again, playing that aggressive playstyle, getting the sledge, actually, that's the nades gone. So it doesn't look like the smoke will actually be pushed out of the closet area because there's none of that, utility to actually push him out. But he does lose a lot of HP because picking aggressively onto the thermite, and as I say that, the Ash getting the pick onto the Ella of Styler, well played. It does spot out another one, gets the Jaeger, I believe, of Kaiko. Now 3v3 situation, 30 seconds left on the clock, and Ash is going to try and make a push. Does try to get that shield on, but doesn't look like the Ash charge connects. And as I say, that Thermite does pick off the Wamai, I believe, and now the 3v2 situation, advantage in Yes and HP advantage as well. We'll have to see what Evo can do to. It just looks like they're getting a much better round from Yes' side. It's a 2v1 situation, and now Yes are able to clutch it out and bring it back.
Very well played there from Yes to recover from 2 runouts from that smoke. It's in the same place, same rooftop, same window, got taken out twice.
It was more of a peek from the window. I don't think he ran out. I think it was just
more of a peek.
Peeking,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, really peeking aggressive. But well played from Unreal. I think he got a 3K that round, but unfortunately wasn't able to clutch up the round when he was in a 1v2 situation. He was disadvantaged HP wise, and two attackers were hunting him down. So, but well played from both teams.
Let's see a Blackbeard and Oryx coming in here. Always interesting picks. Possibly 6th picks. No.
Looks like they'll lock the operators up, and we'll have to see how the two teams decide to play those ops, and rely on that utility or what type of playstyle they want to play with those specific ops. Looks like Blackbeard is more of I think, to just annoy the defenders and more protect his face, because it looks like the attackers or defenders are playing really aggressive and just peeking them. So I think the Blackbeard was just to maybe stop that aggression, or just to peek the windows safely. And we haven't really seen much Oryx play in the games that I obviously fostered one yesterday, and that is about it. But most of the games that I've seen, I haven't really seen much Oryx play. He's obviously a new operator into the operator choices of comp, but I haven't really seen many teams use him in dedicated strats. He obviously can use his ability to make rotates and for that good roam game, jump up the hatches if he really needs to come make a flank, or just be a very good roamer, because he does have a very good gun. The MP5 is one of the best, just unfortunately he doesn't have the ACOG.
Yeah, that's actually something I didn't realize. Oryx can also jump up hatches.
Yeah, it's one of his abilities, and the Jaeger and the Ash going neck and neck in that gunfight, the Jaeger does do a lot of HP, and the Oryx does get a pick onto the Blackbeard. That's the Blackbeard gone, so it looks like Yes will not be able to use that utility from his side. But yeah, it's looking like a very good round so far. It's a 4v4 situation. The Ella does get spotted out by this IQ, but will the Ella know that she's been spotted out? I think it might be the case, but she's going to peek aggressively. I wonder if she will get the kill or not. No, she opts to run away, which is well played. I'd rather keep her life than waste it. And as I was speaking about the previous round, the sledge, using those nades to try and push out the smoke hole in the closet area. He does have his nades right now, and Stylo eventually picking up the IQ, which was down below, and did spot him out. And Kosso does spot the Ash and is able to get that pick, does get some damage done to him, but does get the frag eventually. The smoke playing very aggressively, jumps out of the window and shotguns the sledge, and now it's a 4v1 situation. Yes, I have the thermite left, but it's 1 player versus 4 players of Evo's side. We'll have to see if he can get a couple kills and maybe clutch up this round, but the Ella playing very aggressively in the 90 corridor in Classical, where he does get spotted out, but Thermite is able to pick off that kill, and now 3v1 situation. Evo playing very aggressively, pushing towards this Thermite, but we'll have to see if they can clutch, if they can keep the round and not throw it, or if, well, as I say that, the Thermite does get another pick for himself, and now a 2v1 situation. The Oryx in the smoke versus the Thermite. 20 seconds left on the clock. We'll have to see what Brainy can do on this side.
Attackers have located a bomb. 15 seconds to go.
Those sign cues, and well done from Brainy, getting a third kill for himself in the round. Going for the plant now, but does the smoke realize this and able to spot him out? He does see the body, and well played from Evo's side. The smoke 1v1 situation at the end from 4v1. Well played from the Thermite of Brainy, but unfortunately wasn't able to clutch it out in the end. But very well played from both sides.
Fuse. You look away for 1 second.
We'll have to see if that's going to be a 6 pick or not. No, it's not. Okay, so Wheezy first bringing the Blackbeard, which was an interesting pick to see, and now bringing the Fuse. Well, it looks like yes, have strats around those specific operators. We'll have to see how they choose to use it. I wonder where they thought the Fuse was going to be a viable pick for them.
Well, maybe they know something we don't.
Yeah, maybe they know something that I don't know and that you don't know. Like,
I've seen some great use of Fuse. When somebody does bring them, I once saw Fuse used to defend a bomb site. Well, no, sorry, defend a post plant, and it was quite well executed.
Yeah, that's also a very good idea but in aviator games, I'm not sure where Fuse could be used as for that specific subject we're talking about, but he can be used now that he has 4 cluster charges instead of the 3 that he used to have. So it's becoming a bit more viable, but still a weird choice to make.
Yeah, definitely an odd choice, but let's see what they can do with it. This is the nice thing about having more teams in a tournament is they bring their own strats that might be weird and unorthodox, but end up being very good for them.
And useful for them, yeah. It's also true. But it looks like standard. Oh, and well done from the Sophia to pick off that Jaeger. Very early kill, and Jaeger on the roam now just taken off completely, and yes, do get that advantage once again. We'll have to see if they can secure this round, or if Evo will be able to, make something work with their 4v5 disadvantage. As we were speaking, the Fuse charge is being used on those windows. I think it might just be to either push out the defenders a bit, or just make it a bit troubling for them to play in those areas. Fuse will be putting another Fuse charge on the 90 hallway window, and the Valkyrie does get picked up by the cluster charge. It's just sitting in the corner. Don't know if he was AFK or if he was just taking a little break.
I quickly switched to the Valkyrie. They were on cams, and now they can stay on cams.
Yeah, now he has full reign over those cams. Not have to worry. But now 5v3 situation in favor of PS, looking very good from their side. We'll have to see, how they choose to play this out, and if Evo. Oh, and as I say that, it's a 3v3 situation. Very good from the Bandit of Stylo, able to get a double C4 onto the Ash and the IQ, and now, back the advantage on Evo's side because of time, but still not gonna count yes out, because they still do have 3 players with full HP and just still have a lot of utility left to be used. Oh, and as I say that, the Wamai is down, and I don't know if the Sophia will be able to pick him off and secure that kill, but currently is a 2v3 situation in favor of yes. As now it's a 1v2 because the Sophia is down, but she'll be able to pick herself up, and the Thermite is able to secure the kill in the end. Very well played from Yes to clutch out that round and bring it back.
In that situation, it's the one with the better gun, and that was an ACOG. Very nice.
Very true. Long hallways is always the ACOG favors. Some people make the hollows and reflexes, work, and sometimes the red dots, but the Bandits was using no sight, which is very good choice because Bandits standard iron sights are very good, but obviously in that situation it wasn't the best pick. Looks like Evo going back to Aviator, so they won't swap their sights and 6 pick onto Jackal from the Jackal, just the upgraded version of Jackal.
Yeah, you can track 2 players at once.
Yeah, but Evo bringing out the Echo now instead. I think the Valkyrie. Yeah, they're bringing out the Echo instead of the Valkyrie. And obviously, the on Yes's side bringing the Jackal instead of the Fuse from the previous round. The Fuse was able to get one kill with his cluster charges, were very well played, but I think they decided to take the Jackal to get that roam clear, because Evo playing a very heavy roam game at the moment. I think they want to clear out those roamers as quick as possible.
And they've been having a lot of luck doing that.
Yeah. I think the Jackal just, makes it a bit easier and, just gives them a bit of an advantage, because they can obviously see exactly where the defenders are for a short period of time.
Yeah, when you can just safely go into site knowing that there's probably 3 players on site, you don't have to worry about roamers, you can make better decisions, more informed decisions.
Yeah. Looks like a standard push coming out from, or actually not, from Yes. They're very split up at the moment. Jackal deciding to go with kitchen laundry side, and I don't know if you spot out the bandit, but that's the Jackal gone. As I say that, the roamers will do their job properly and take out the bandit. Now it's a 4v5 situation, favor in Evo's side, but you'll have to see that Jackal utility is gone, and now the roamers can just roam freely. And as I say that, Ash is able to pick off the bandits and bring it back into a 4v4 situation. Only the Jaeger left on the roam at the moment, and 3 people trying to push him out and clear him. But the Sophia going for the same trick as previous, trying to get that Wamai off of that shield, and he does eventually, leaving Wamai on at least at 5 HP. But he does get picked off. I think that was from the Jaeger, if I was not mistaken. Yes, the Jaeger able to get that pick onto the Sophia, and now back to a 4v3 situation.
It's a very interesting work coming in there from the Zofia. It was a bit rough for the Wamai there, losing a lot of health.
Yeah, I think it's and now the Wamai is able to capitalize on another kill, get a kill onto the IQ, but so it means the Sophia wasn't able to end the Wamai properly and just leave him on the slither of HP. He was still able to get a pick for himself in the round and bring the advantage even further onto Evo's side. 4v2 situation, the Ash and the Thermite were very split up, and Ash just rushes up main stairs and does get picked off by the smoke, and the Wamai does pick off the Thermite that was sitting on study balcony. Very well played from Evo's side, and unfortunate that Yes just need to maybe push more together. They seem like they're very split up apart, and it's better to push with a teammate or 2, so that when you get in those gunfights and those engagements, you are able to either get the refrag or just punish the defenders straight, because 2 guns is better than 1.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to see a Mozzie and a Pulse brought in, a Castle, completely different strats coming in here.
I think it's they choosing to go to the dining kitchen side, which I think Pulse is a very good operator to put on there, because he can obviously give a lot of utility sitting inside, whether they're pushing from laundry side, pushing from the basement, or choosing to take top floor control and maybe get a nitro or 2. It does look like Evo have 3 nitros on the board, but we'll have to see if they can capitalize those and get some nitro kills for those nitro cells.
Attackers have located a bomb. Bomb located by attackers. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb. Defender has left the designated staging area. Defender is exposed.
We're going to see a quick cheeky run out there from the Mozzie. In the end, not going to connect with anybody, but is going to reveal his position.
He does go for it, but doesn't capitalize on anything, and well, it's a bit risky, but he took the chance. He took his chance. it looks like that Yes will be try to take top floor control, sending 2 players up top, the Twitch and the IQ. But Mozzie, and as I said, that the Jaeger does get the pick onto the Thermite. That's all of the Thermite's utility gone. He won't be able to open any walls, any hatches. It's going to be a very difficult push for Yes now to try and bring it out. And as Jaeger is trying to go for a peek outside, but doesn't see anyone. I think he did spot somebody, but wasn't able to connect the shot. And now he's able to get the shot onto the Ash of Vidas and bringing it back to a 4v3 situation, and a double kill for him on that round. And as I was speaking about the Nitro Cells, now another Nitro Cell coming up from the mute side. Pulse obviously giving a lot of utility to the team. And the IQ does spot out the Nitro, but doesn't react quick enough to move away, and 4v1 situation with the advantage to Evo side, and now JM is left in a very difficult clutch situation, and Evo's deciding to all peek him because they know exactly where he is, but hopefully they can clutch up this round and not throw away the advantage that they have at the moment. It looks like one of the defenders might want to go for a run out from Laundry Doorway, but we'll have to see how they decide to play that out. Yep, there you go, comes the run out from the defenders. Sophia just going to play it passively, just wait for them to use that aggression against them, let them overpeak. And well, as I say that, the Pulse, I think it was the Pulse, yes, the Pulse is able to capitalize on JM's very passiveness and just waiting for them to peak him.
Yeah, Titan pulling ahead a 2-round lead there. Both teams have done very well to keep it even up until this point.
Just to interrupt you quickly, it looks like Yes are deciding to go to the kitchen dining side first, actually, instead of going to the main sites as other people would go, either Trophy or Aviator. They're deciding to get kitchen out of the way. Maybe they have a really good strat that they want to try out or use that they think they can capitalize. We'll have to see how that plays out, but
yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yes, definitely has different strats. They try different things that other teams have either tried before or don't want to try, or haven't thought of. And so it's very interesting to see what they do. The fuse ended up working out very well for them, unfortunately dying without being used anymore. But that kill on the Valkyrie, for example, was just beautiful.
Yeah, it was a very good pick, actually, because Valkyrie has she has a decent gun. The MPX is, if you can hit your shots, it can just tear apart attackers. But very well played. Their strats, seeing that they work out, might just be either that Evo is capitalizing more on their defense strats, or that Yes just need to work a bit more on their strats, and maybe they have a bit of issues to fix it up. But very interesting strats coming out.
And somewhat successful.
I've never actually seen this before. Obviously going kitchen dining first, sorry to interrupt you, but Wamai holding red stairs with a shield and Castles playing basement with him. This is very interesting. I'd love to see if Wamai, if they can get this to work.
Yeah, and these are the type of strats you want to see. You want to see strats where it really puts the other team on their feet. Like, what is this? What do I do with this?
I think it might throw off the attackers because they don't know what to expect. They've never played against a strat like this, and it's then difficult to counter those strats. But it doesn't look like. I think there's 2 nitros on the side of Yes, but only 1 nitro cell in sight at the moment. So maybe he can capitalize and pick off a couple two players or so up top, or maybe just get a nitro kill also and just put the attackers on edge. Evo do break open Laundry Hatch. I wonder if they want to go for a drop just to put some pressure on the attack, on the defenders.
Interesting that they used the Hibana charge on the
Hibana
floor
charge,
there.
yeah. I think Hibana might have, but Hibana does get spotted out by the castle. Castle gets spotted out, but then Hibana isn't able to connect his shots. Now Hibana on less than 50 HP, advantage goes back to yes side, and as I say that, Evo pick up another kill and pick up another one for themselves as well. The Sophia able to get another one for the team and make it a 5v3 situation. Advantage on Evo's side, but 1 minute left on the clock. They have to start making a push, and now the IQ is picked off from the Jaeger and the Hibana picked off from, I think it was the Mute side, I believe, and the Thermite just picked off as well. And there's a refrag from the Jackal and another refrag going from the Jaeger side.
Yeah, Titan kind of just imploded.
Yeah, there's a lot of action going on at the moment, and it's a bit overwhelming. And the Jaeger gets spotted out, Jackal as well, but he isn't able to connect all his shots. And Jaeger just winning his gunfight in that situation and clutching it out for yes side. Very well played.
Very well played indeed. Something I think might have happened there is that the yes players might have been in locations that Titan wasn't expecting.
Yeah, obviously that strat that we're talking about, them playing it in a very weird way, and not normal that we see something come out like that. So I think Evo were obviously on edge, like you said. The defenders try and put them on edge to throw them off a bit, and I think they didn't know what they were playing against and how to play against it. But yeah, we get back to the more standard things, going back to aviating games. The Rook getting 6-picked onto, I believe, the Echo, yes, of Wheezy. And we'll have to see how they decide to hold this.
And now we're going to have our Aviator.
Yeah, we did see some very good strats coming out from Evo's side, and it looks like yes on the Wamai decide to do the same type of strat with that Wamai holding study side with the shield, but they don't have a smoke, and I think that's the operator, but they do have the shotgun SMG-11 combo on the Mute side. Smoke is a very good operator to have because he delays time and just is able to put the attackers off and delay their time as much as possible so that the defenders, can clutch up the rounds. But Echo is on the board, so he will be used to capitalize on those plant denials and just also deny as much time as possible. Dash does get spotted out, and Might decides to peek, but Thermite isn't able to capitalize on that peak, and still leaves the scoreline even and still stale.
Not a lot of time has passed, but Titan is getting into position, and Titan's very good at their executions. When it comes to taking a position or taking a site, they move quick. I think that's why, especially in that last round, we saw them die so quickly, is because they were caught out of position, and because they moved so quickly. It was a combination of them, and their strategy, their aggression, kind of shredding themselves apart. But when they drone out a player, that player is going to be in for a lot of fun there.
The Hibana does get spotted. He spots out the Jaeger, and now the Bandit capitalizing, getting the refrag onto the Hibana. Bandit seeing the drone, obviously not able to get the drone, and now it's a 4v4 situation, 4v3 situation actually, in terms of yes side, and that Ash off the board, the utility. She did get the Wamai shield sitting in the study. At least she got to use her utility, but still very good gun off of the board now. And Diffuser is stuck on mainstays. I don't know why the Ash had the defuse, but the attackers of Evo's side will have to now retrieve that, and it's going to be very difficult. Evo is slowing down a bit, and now, as I say, that the Mai, I believe, and the Mute, and another one coming out from Stylo, a double kill for him in the round. Now, a 3v1 situation. Echo, last one on the board, does spot out the player on red stairs, breaking the barbed wire on landing, but isn't able to, capitalize on him and does get picked off by the Jackal of Kaiko, and very well played from Evo's side to, bring it back from a deficit to clutching up the round, and, we love to see it.
Yeah, they just threw some players away so they could look good at the end.
I think it's just very good skill coming out from both teams, able to, capitalize on some kills, and then just showing that, these are, I don't know what they're talking about. I think they might be complaining about the default skins.
Yeah, there's the default. I think it was Echo. I couldn't even see it, and I was looking for it.
I couldn't either. In the kill cam, I didn't see him at all.
Yeah, but it's also a dark map. There was somebody complaining in the chat there about the contrast, and I realized they might have a point, but only on this map.
Yeah,
it's just this map.
I think it's as well with a map like Consulate as well. Consulate has a lot of bugs on the map where there's dark areas on the map that just aren't able to be seen anything there, which is very hard to play on. But we'll have to see if Ubisoft can maybe fix that a bit and make it easier. Looks like Yes are going for the same hold as they did the previous round, bringing the same operator lineup. Same utilities played everywhere. Yeah, I don't think anything else is looking weird. It's just same standard hold. And Evo as well, bringing the same operators previous round. Looks like they know what they're supposed to play, and know what they need to use to counter Yes's strat or hold. But it looks like they are doing the same push as well. Sledge Sledge is going to try and push down below, I think. Maybe use those nades, and Thermite on the pole once again. On the study balcony. It looks like there's only one roamer coming out from Yes side. It's the Jaeger. 4 players playing on side. It looks like Yes are opting to hold more side than their roam. I think they read that Evo's roam clear is very good, and they're doing well on their roam clear, and they rather just give them one person to worry about and waste time making them think that there's more than throwing away 2 bodies and leaving them in a disadvantage early in the round.
Bomb located by attackers.
But the Wamai getting a double kill onto the 90 away and does get refragged from the IQ, but no, actually not a double kill. I thought
very close to being a double kill.
Very close, but IQ was able to just get out of the way and leave with 70% of her HP. But very well played from Wamai, trying to capitalize on that aggression, but it does get refragged in the end, unfortunately. Now it looks like Thermite and Sledge are in study. They got rid of the shield. Wamai's been pushed back, obviously, because he got picked off. But now the Echo will have to pick up 2 players. The plant will be going down for Evo's side. Now he does peek, but gets fragged by the Sledge, and is now down to a 4v3 situation, 3v3 situation actually. And Jaeger making a flank is able to misses his shots on the IQ, and IQ is able to capitalize on that. And now a double kill coming out from the Sledge and the IQ, and IQ on 1 HP, I think, and it's just lying on the floor. Does get picked up by the Mute, and now Mute is left in a 2v1 situation. And Sledge pushes aggressive and is able to secure that kill. Very well played from Evo's side to bring it back from, or actually no, just make the right call and see that site was open, go for the plant, and just use that aggression to their advantage.
Yeah, that was a very interesting round, and a lot of those gunfights came down to Yes needing to connect shots and just not being able to execute. It was a bit unfortunate because they had a slight advantage for a second when the diffuser went down, where they could have just wiped Titan off the map, but it didn't go that way. Titan ended up playing very well, holding their gunshots, and Yes just got taken out. That one kill, I didn't see who it was, but one of the Yes players had all the advantage in the world, the pre-fire, and just
I think it might have been, if I'm mistaken, sorry, but it might have been Vidas on the Jaeger.
Yes,
making the flank onto the
IQ.
I think
It was
yeah,
IQ.
I think was the IQ or the
Attackers need to
IQ or
locate and
Hibana
defuse
that was
the
sitting
six
in the
bombs
corner
if they
there
can.
by the statue on, landing and just not able to connect his shots, just whiffing completely. And obviously the Evo attacker was then able to capitalize on that
Yeah, it was
mistake.
here. I think it
Yeah.
was the IQ in the corner, and yeah, it was unfortunate. It was just the one that I remember, but there was another one.
It was very unfortunate, but at least we saw that Evo were able to use those mistakes from the S side and capitalize on it, and bring the
10
round
seconds
to
insertion.
take the round for themselves, and now bring it actually to match point. It's 6-3 scoreline at the moment. We'll have to see if Yes can either bring this back to a draw or if Evo can clutch this out and win the game.
That's been an interesting game so far. Both teams started off very even, taking one by one, but now Titan seems to be pulling ahead with a slight lead. Maybe they've figured it out, know what they need to do.
I think they might have just got the feel of the game, because it usually does take a while for the players from both teams actually, get used to the game and get the feel of how their opponents play, and try and counter the way they play and their aggression, etc.
Yeah, get momentum, get the feel for things.
Get momentum. If you start winning rounds, you use that to your advantage, and just use it to capitalize and bring your motivation up because you guys are in the lead. But looks like the Ash is going to play very aggressive onto this astronomy stairs, but has to break the barbed wire in order to push up. And I wonder if the defenders will hear those sound cues, but the Hibana putting pressure on the window and gets capitalized, I think, from the sledge from trophy side. Yeah. Very good opening kill, and now a 4v5 situation in favor of Evo. And as I say that, now 5v3 and 4v3, yes, able to get another pick for themselves on the Legion side, but now another 2 kills coming up from Unreal on a 4K for the round. Actually, we'll have to see if Viras can clutch this out, and does get spotted out by the IQ, and does damage to him, but isn't able to capitalize on the kill. And I think Unreal is playing very aggressive, and ace for Unreal in the round to bring it back for Evo and just win the game for them. It's very well played from the team, and well played on Evo's side. And it's very, very, very well played from both teams. We love to see this type of gameplay, and it was a very interesting game to watch.
I just want to say this now: if any players leave before the end of the game, if we don't catch their stats, that's not our fault.
Yeah, that's fine. But it was a very fun game to cast, and very interesting game.
Yeah, definitely very interesting.
One-sided at the beginning, or not one-sided. It was neck and neck at the beginning, and then Evo just coming up on top at the end, very capitalizing on their aggressive plays and their gun
I swear
skill.
to God, if you show that whiff again.
And Geek, on another thing, one of my players did mention that I think they left a bit too early, but they said that thank you for the game. They said they really enjoyed it, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to cast this game. I enjoyed it as well.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I was happy, glad to have you here. It's always nice to have more people commentating, and I think you did a great job. You're very good at holding it on your own. Which is always nice to see. Some people, they need somebody to bounce off of. Some people, they can do it solo. But just to wrap up the game, I think it was a very good game to watch, and you have good insight onto how Titan plays.
Yeah.
So it's always great to see what's standard, what's like planned, and things you've discussed and talked about, and what's non-standard that they're changing in the moment. Which I noticed yesterday quite a few times was happening on Cafe.
Yeah.
But it's always a pleasure to have you on. I hope to have you on again sometime. I don't think Titan has any other games for the weekend though. Oh no, there's one more. It's
we might have one.
K2 versus Titan Evo tomorrow at 6. And as for Yes is going to be playing again versus Kogino Senshai at 6 o'clock, and they have one more game after that versus GGOD at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Last game of the weekend. Cool stuff, everybody. Thanks for being here, Justin.
Thank you very much for having me.
Otherwise, everybody else, I'll see you just now. Cheers.
Cheers. Stream done. do know that he's down below, but will they be able to pick off that bandit and get the kill? But Ash does get spotted out, does a lot of damage. Bandit able to get the frag onto the Ash, bring it back and even it out. As I said, well done from the option to do at the moment when the defenders are playing hard in that 90 corridor.
15 seconds to go.
Valkyrie pushing up very aggressively, does down one, but now it's a 3v1 situation. Thermite just jumps into 90 window, able to pick him off and gets picked off by the smoke. Well played to Evo to bring that out, but good chance or good try from Yes to try and bring it back and clutch it out, but yeah. Get them to waste the utility to push them out of those areas and just delay them and try and waste as much time as possible. The smoke playing very aggressively does get the pick onto the Capitao. Very well played. And there's none of that utility to actually push him out, but he does lose a lot of HP because picking aggressively onto the Thermite. And as I say that, the Ash getting the pick onto the Ella of Stylo. Well played. Does spot out another one, gets the Jaeger, I believe, of Kaiko. Now 3v3 situation, I believe, of Kaiko. Now 3v3 situation, 30 seconds left on the clock, and actually going to try and make a push here. Does try to get that shield on, but doesn't look like the Ash charge connects. And as I say, that Thermite does pick off the Wamai, and now Yes are able to clutch it out and bring it back.
Very well played there from Yes to recover from 2 runouts from that smoke. It's in the same place, same rooftop, same window, got taken out twice.
The MP5 is one of the best, just unfortunately he doesn't have the ACOG.
Yeah, that's actually something I didn't realize. Oryx can also jump up hatches.
Yeah, it's one of his abilities, and Smokey holding the closet area. He does have his nades right now, and Stylo eventually picking up the IQ, which was down below and did spot him out, and Kosso does spot the Ash and he's able to get that pick, does get some damage done to him, but does get the frag eventually. The smoke playing very aggressively, jumps out of the window and shotguns the sledge, and now it's a 4v1 situation. 4 players of Evo's side. We'll have to see if he can get a couple kills and maybe clutch up this round, but the Ella playing very aggressively in the 90 corridor in classical way. He does get spotted out, but if they can keep the round and not throw it, or if, well, as I say that, the Thermite does get another pick for himself, and now a 2v1 situation. The Oryx in the smoke versus the Thermite. 20 seconds left on the clock. Body, and well played from Evo's side. The smoke 1v1 situation at the end from 4v1. Well played from the Thermite of Brainy, but unfortunately wasn't able to clutch it out in the end. But very well played from both sides.
Being very good for them.
And useful for them, yeah. It's also true. But it looks like standard. Oh, and well done from the Sophia to pick off that Jaeger. Very early kill, and Jaeger on the roam now, troubling for them to play in those areas. Fuse will be putting another fuse charge on the 90 hallway window. And the Valkyrie does get picked up by the cluster charge. It's just sitting in the corner, wasn't done in the end. Very well played from Yes to clutch out that round and bring it back.
In that situation, it's the one with the better gun, and that was an ACOG. Very nice.
They're very split up at the moment. Jackal deciding to go with kitchen laundry side, and I don't know if you'll spot out the bandit, but that's the Jackal gone. As I say that, the Romans will the 4v5 situation favor in Evo's side, but we'll have to see that Jackal utility is gone, and now the Romans can just roam freely. And as I say that, Ash is able to pick off the bandits and trying to get that Wamai off of that shield, and he does eventually, leaving Wamai on at least at 5 HP, but he does get picked off. I think that was from the Jaeger, if I was not mistaken. Yes, the Jaeger able to get that pick onto the Sophia, and very split up, and Ash just rushes up main stairs and does get picked off by the smoke, and the Wamai does pick off the Thermite on that was sitting on study balcony. Very well played from Evo's side, and unfortunately matches. It's going to be a very difficult push for Yes now to try and bring it out. And as Jaeger is trying to go for a peek outside, but doesn't see anyone. I think he did spot another nitrocell coming up from the mute side. Pulse obviously giving a lot of utility to the team. And the IQ does spot out the nitro, but doesn't react quick enough to move away. And 4v1 situation, Castle gets spotted out, but then Hibana isn't able to connect his shots. Now Hibana on less than 50 HP, advantage goes back to Yes side. And as I say that, Evo pick up another kill and pick up another one for themselves as well. It's a bit overwhelming, and Jaeger gets spotted out, Jackal as well, but he isn't able to connect all his shots. And Jaeger just winning his gunfight in that situation and clutching it out for Yes side. Very well played.
Very well played indeed. In for a lot of fun there.
The Hibana does get spotted. He spots out the Jaeger, and now the Bandit capitalizing, getting the refrag onto the Hibana. Bandit seeing the drone, obviously not able to get the drone, and now it's a 4v4 situation. Evo is slowing down a bit, and now, as I say that, the Mai, I believe, and the Mute, and another one coming on landing, but isn't able to capitalize on him, and does get picked off by the Jackal of Kaiko. And very well played from Evo's side to bring it back from a deficit to clutching up the round, and we love to see it.
By attackers.
But the Wamai getting a double kill onto the 90 away, and does get refragged from the IQ, but no, actually not a double kill. I thought
very close to being a double kill.
Very close. He does peek, but gets fragged by the sledge. And now it's down to 4v3 situation, 3v3 situation actually. And Jaeger making a flank is able to, misses his shots on the youth left in a 2v1 situation. And Sledge pushes aggressive and is able to secure that kill. Very well played from Evo's side to bring it back from, or actually no, just make the right call to capitalize on the kill. And I think Unreal is playing very aggressive, and ace for Unreal in the round to bring it back for Evo and just win the game for them. It's very well played from the team, and well played on Evo's side. And